So the Super Bowl, whether you watch it for the sports, the commercials, or the concert in the middle, it's an event that a lot of Americans watch. It's a massive event here, and it is today. I'm filming this on February 11th, 2024. It's Sunday. Super Bowl is about 8 hours away, and I want to talk about something that a lot of people are anticipating happening during the stream today. So a couple days ago, Verizon put out this little 12-second commercial previewing a commercial that they're going to be doing on the Super Bowl. It's with, I don't actually know his real name, but he played Gary in Veep. He was like Julia Louis-Dreyfus's bag man, and he was talking to Renee, who was Beyonce's like horse that she used during the Renaissance. I'll put a little picture of it somewhere here. They put a little video up, like a 10-second video. I'm not sure if I can actually post the whole video here because I might be taken down, so I'm just going to put the video up and I'll link it below. Saying, do you want to do a Super Bowl commercial together? So from there, it was kind of like, okay, so Beyonce's doing a commercial with Verizon for the Super Bowl. Cool. And people are starting to kind of piece things together. I should start by saying, if you don't know, I'm Beehive. If you didn't know that already, well, here you go. I certainly am. How do I move? I have Renaissance cups. Which way do I go? I have Renaissance cups in the back there and some other things like that. Very big Beyonce fan in this household. And so it's just very exciting. I'm trying to figure out like what is actually happening. At the Grammys a couple weeks ago, she was wearing a cowboy hat and people were starting to make guesses like, okay, Act 2 for Renaissance is going to be like something to do with like country music and maybe like showing the roots of black artistry in country music. Maybe she was in a cowboy hat again. I saw her walking through Vegas yesterday, like I think maybe to her hotel or something like that. So there's all these questions, but it's like, what's going to be in this commercial? Super Bowl commercials are infamously very, very expensive. So I know it's going to be something like serious. I have some theories on what I think it's going to be. I have two kind of, the biggest thing I think is going to be something about Act 2. To back up, when she had her album come out, Renaissance 2022, she said this is going to be a 3-act thing. And Act 1 was Renaissance, the album that we got. And I'm not sure if the other ones are like Renaissance something else or just totally different names. But we know we've known it's 3 acts. Some people weren't sure at first it was going to be like Act 1 was an album, Act 2 was the tour act. But no, it seems like it's officially Act 2. One of her producers said the song she released at the end of Renaissance film is the closing of Act 1, like we're going to be moving out of it. So there's all these questions say, okay, Act 2 is coming. Like what exactly is it going to be? And now the country music themes are kind of like getting in people's minds. So what I think this commercial possibly could end up being is something with Act 2, basically overall, either an album announcement, either I'm going on tour again, or what I think is more likely is I'm going to be doing a residency at the Las Vegas Sphere. If you haven't seen what the Sphere is, U2 is basically doing it for like here until forever at this time. It's this massive like sphere, and it's like screens all inside and on the outside as well, and it's like this amazing place. I remember when we first got video from it from U2, I remember immediately saying to my sister, who's also a big Beyonce fan, I was like, oh gosh, imagine Beyonce in this space, because her visuals are always so, she's always really on it with the visuals, and I can just certainly imagine what she would do with a space like that. Super Bowl's in Las Vegas this year, so it kind of tracks. So I don't know if that's what it's going to be, but I feel like it's leaning towards something in this space. She's still in this cowboy hat, so we barely see her out, but she's still in the cowboy, she's still doing these things, so it's kind of like, are we leaning towards this being what's happening with Verizon? They wouldn't just have you there for something small. I think the other possibilities could be is either announcing like, I'm going to be doing a residency in Vegas, but I'm going to be doing it on Act 1 on Renaissance. But I think maybe that's kind of removed out of that, and I don't feel like she would go back to that necessarily. And I think other kind of things I want is like, either can we buy the Renaissance movie like now, like can we either buy it digitally or on DVD or something, or like just in general release the visuals from Act 1 that you said you have, I guess, but we have not been able to have for this almost 2 years now, coming up on 2 years. So yeah, that's just my thoughts. A lot of good commercials I'm sure they're going to be. I've already seen some, usually some these days, they like kind of preview before, they come out before, which I think is not always fun because I feel like it's nice to kind of have it during the broadcast. But looking forward to seeing that, looking forward to seeing the Usher concert, which I basically am calling it a concert. He's great. And then the football as well is, I guess, cool. I'm not really a huge fan of football. I usually don't really watch it unless it's like a big game during the season, or I usually watch during the playoffs, but I watch Super Bowl every year, pretty much every year, and so I will be doing that again today. But yeah, if you have any thoughts on what's happening with Beyonce, if you're also a Beehive member like myself, say what your thoughts are below. We have 8 hours until we figure out what exactly is happening. I'm really looking forward to whatever it is, whatever she does. She's always, I feel like everything she does is very thought out and very like planned. So I'm really interested, and I know Verizon in general has the whole Verizon Up thing where they have like already with Ticketmaster you can get pre-sale. I was thinking about that this week because Usher stuff went on pre-sale and Justin Timberlake, things like that. So I feel like it really is trending towards something live, and I feel like the Las Vegas Sphere kind of makes sense just because of where the place is and who she is. But again, we'll see. So just a quick chat on that. I just wanted to get those things out as we have, like I said, a couple hours until we actually have the Super Bowl here. And I'm excited to see what happens. All right, see you guys later.